Some they call it functional alcoholism, but if you know anything about Ben, he's got vision with precision, microphones and a tinkle of derision. You're about to hear what beer can be. It's time for Barley and Me.
Welcome to Barley and Me. I'm your host, Ben Rice. This is episode 141. We're here today in our own homes, but soon we'll maybe actually do something live and in person. Who knows? The world's weird. It seemed like we were going to be back in person like a year ago, but we weren't. And here we are a year later, still in our homes. The point is, that's enough of that. I'm politicizing the podcast much too early. We're here today to talk about Pink Boot Society beer releases.
Woo!
With our guests, the chapter leader of the Sacramento Pink Boot Society, Paulina Olivares.
What up?
Who's also the co-host of my beer movie podcast, Leonard Malting.
Yep.
As much fanfare as it deserves.
Yep.
And our guest today, it's Bia Hoskins from Drake's The Barn.
What?
How's it going?
Pretty great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for doing the podcast. Paulina's old hat, I'm not going to talk to her. Bia, tell me. So rude.
That's totally fair.
Whatever. I was
listeners.
like on TV today, so.
Yeah. No big deal.
There's enough Paulina in the world. She is a media mogul.
Yeah, I'm Wendy Williams because I fart and burp at the same time.
But Bia, you are formerly of Blaker Brewing, a brewery I was about to reach out to the day you made your announcement that you were switching over to Drake's. I'm like, I got to hit up Bia. I keep forgetting to do it. And then I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm just going to keep that in the back pocket. Just never mind. You know what? I have a good relationship with Drake's. I'll figure this out later. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Can't have too much Drake's in the world. But anyway, Bia, tell me, who are you? What are you doing? What's up?
Yeah, great questions. I ask myself those on a regular basis, truthfully. So I'm 32-year-old woman. I've been living in California. It'll be 9 years this year. I've been in the overarching service industry for most of my adult life, but been in craft beer specifically for 4.5 years straight now. I was working at Blaker Brewing since we opened back there in Ceres for 3 years. And then now I have relocated to Sacramento and I work at Drake's The Barn over in West Sacramento now.
Welcome.
Loving it.
Yeah. I believe Ceres is also involved in the Sacramento Pink Boots chapter, right? You're not like Bay Area or like mid.
Correct. Yeah. We all of the members that were at Blaker are all part of the Sacramento chapter.
Yeah, it's kind of remote, but there's nothing like close. Unless they make their own chapter, but I don't know if you guys have enough people up there. Well, I guess not you guys. You're one of us now. Sorry.
All of you are here. No, yeah, it is a little challenging. Ceres is a little far away, but we always make it work. I mean, it's only about an hour and a half. So it's harder to make some of the events, but we always tried to participate as much as possible.
I feel like Sacramento's stolen two Blaker plays already, so like we'll see who else comes.
We'll see what else happens. Yeah.
Yeah. We got TK over at Claim Steak, so
yeah.
Everyone's coming.
And now my Drake. So who knows? Who knows what'll happen next?
Who's next?
Yeah, you just work your way up, literally up north. Come up
literally
north.
upward.
Yeah. Yeah. So since we're not in the same place, we're allowed to drink whatever beers we want. We all have a Pink Boot Society beer in hand. So let's go around the circle here, see who's got what. Bia, we'll start with you. What are you drinking?
Sure. I am drinking I'm Every Woman. It's a pale ale from Bike Dog Brewing up here in Sacramento. Yeah, it's incredibly delicious, actually. It's got a little bit of citrusy notes to it. It's really crisp and refreshing. I'm a big fan.
Can you sing your favorite part of I'm Every Woman?
Oh, I would, but honestly, I lost my voice yesterday. Like by the end of the work week, I usually lose my voice, and I was humming it earlier with thinking about this beer, and that just is not going to happen. I'm not going to ruin your fans this way.
I feel like everyone goes Whitney, but I'm like Shaka.
Oh, okay, I see you. Yeah, all right, that's fair.
I'll go next because I'm talking. Yep. I'm drinking the King Kong Queen of the Jungle, which was just canned today. super fresh, super delicious. Last year they did a hazy. This year is just a clear beer, West Coast IPA, very classic. It's delicious. Like, it's just a little bit of citrus, a little juicy. It's just a really good classic West Coast IPA, which we don't have enough of these days.
Yeah. And then, since Paulina is the one that provided these beers, I think she hates me, given what you two got. I'm drinking a New Glory Run the World Hazy Dippa. So high alcohol, hazy IPA, using the proprietary this season, 2021 Pink Boot Society Hop Blend.
Yeah. 4th annual.
Now, since we're on the topic, do you know what that hop blend is this year?
It is Cashmere Autumn. Autumn?
I usually say autumn, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
There's a lot of letters that I feel like shouldn't be there. We're going to just skip on to Citra, which I know how to read.
Got it.
Laurel and Sabro.
Okay, so some hot new hops, some old school hops, and then a one no one's ever heard of or said before.
Yeah, I feel like we have Laurel in like every year's blend for some reason.
Yeah, and it was because I think it's one of their, because it's who's the hop provider again?
Yakima Chief.
Yeah, I think it's their own hop, so I think they really pushed that one.
That makes sense.
Into the
that does.
Forefront. I always find it weird that there's so many hops for the Pink Boots like beer. It seems like 3 is kind of the ideal for a brewery. Like, no, 5. We're going to do 5 hops. So the nice part is everybody gets to kind of play with them, which is why all the beers are different, which I think should be really made clear. These are not the same beer brewed different places. You take these hops and you figure out what you want to do. There can be a blonde ale, there can be a wheat ale. You can, in any amount that makes sense to you to make your recipe work.
I love when the breweries like get creative and instead of just doing hazy or West Coast or just something out of the box like Tilted Mash is doing, which you might hate, or I don't know, a lot of people hate. It's like a nitro milkshake. It's like vanilla and strawberry IPA.
I'm personally very excited about it.
I personally want nothing to do with it, but as a human being who's like, well, I've had every beer style has one good version of it, which is why it keeps catching on. Just because I haven't had that milkshake IPA doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I'll keep searching for it. And
I need an excuse to get down there. And I mean, I love a nitro beer, even though it seems wasted on an IPA. I'm just going to keep throwing shots. It's usually a very positive podcast. Not today.
He woke up and chose violence today.
I'm tired. I'm cranky. I went to bed late. I woke up early. I just got home. I'm running late. Everything's terrible. But
that sounds like my daily life.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what it is. It's crazy. We're supposed to be like super calm and just hanging out with nothing to do because we're all, working from home, or not any of us at this point. But it's supposed to be like a super chill thing. And like, I'm so busy. I'm busy all the time. And there's no reason.
Indeed.
Yeah.
There's no reason. Nothing to show for it.
Like I took time off work this morning to go to King Kong because they were recording for Good Day for the canning day. So I was hanging out there for a few hours. Then I go to work, and it was like 1 million voicemails and emails. I'm like, why? Like, I get all my accounts are Southern California, like bars and liquor stores, so they're all opening up. But it was just, it was insane today.
Well, that seems like a lot for a Monday morning too.
Yeah,
it's Monday. Like, how did you have the time to even?
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, no, because they're all like, weekends are for work. We work in this industry, therefore weekends are work days. And Monday and I have found when I'm trying to
Monday and Tuesday, don't talk to me.
Monday and Tuesday, that's my email day. I can email a brewery and a guest like, hey, do you guys want to do this? Like, that's the best chance to have it read on Wednesday morning.
Yes.
Like, when it gets to Thursday, I'm like, well, shit, I forgot. All right, well, I'm not getting anything bocked this week.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, 100%.
Dead in the water. There's no chance this gets read. This is getting lost in the shuffle every time. I can also go back in 3 months as long as I remember Monday or Tuesday. That's the only days.
No exaggeration though, because when I was working at Blaker, literally I would never be able to really check my emails like the rest of the weekend. So I would respond to emails that were like almost a week old. Like every Wednesday was my day to just dedicate to emails, get all that stuff done. And then if you message me on the weekend, it's lost somewhere in my mind or my inbox.
Yep. I'm like, people complain about it, like other beer podcasters are like, oh, these guys are, and like, do you not even understand the industry you're in? You can't expect an immediate response. And you think you're in the top 20 emails they got that hour? Get out of here. You're not. Like, it's going to get lost and you can't be offended. I got a response to an email I sent a year and a half later. Hey, just remembered I got this. Yeah, we're super
my
interested.
goodness.
Like,
That's incredible.
I'm like, I just like, well, that's dead in the water. That's fine.
Just be glad you don't have to like comment on their Facebook post and then tell them that if they pay you some money that you'll feature them on your YouTube video that has thousands of views. Then you click the videos and then it's
like
really
25.
only like 100.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fully aware.
Okay.
My some people would say my steepest competition, my only competition in the area. I think there's a few more. There's been a few people who've taken shots at the king, but they've all gone down in flames.
They've all missed.
Yeah. It's not easy to do this every other week. But I do it because I care. Anyway, enough about me. We're talking about Pink Boot Society, Pink Boots beer releases. This is what's important. Who wants to give a quick recap of, even though, again, this is not my first Pink Boot Society episode. If you need more information just as a refresher, or, it's too late to get a refresher, right? Probably because we're like 15 minutes in. But if you want even more information, we're going to do a quick recap. But even more information, episode 75, which is also a video episode, episode 98, episode 126 with Terry Ferendorf, the creator of Pink Boot Society, and this one. So, nice. There's plenty of information on the Barley and Me podcast history. Anyway, but still, quick recap. Pink Boot Society, what is it?
Pink Boot Society is an organization. It's a 501c3 nonprofit that just brings women in the fermented beverages industry together. So we do have chapters all over the world. And the whole goal is to, I'm going to butcher this, but like assist, inspire, empower, thank you, women through education. So it gives us opportunities to, one, connect with each other. We get to encourage a lot more women to join the industry or participate in the things that we do. We do a lot of like really cool fundraisers and things like that, and we actually get to have like scholarships for women to further their education in the beer and fermented beverage industry, which is really cool. Probably anyone hitting notes on this.
Yeah, I mean the scholarships are really cool opportunities. The winter round is ending in a few days. Like we have one from Delirium. Mm-hmm. Like you get to go to Belgium and like all the education from them, which is like the coolest thing. I think you get to participate in the Deliria Brewing, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure because that's their women's the pink one that they do. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
I don't think so.
No? Yeah, so the Delirium makes a Deliria. Okay. And it's like made by women.
That's dope.
Yeah, and it's delicious, obviously, because
it's delirium.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
No.
We have another one from 21st Amendment, but I think they're paying for sister-owned education, I believe.
Yes.
We have a women's Cornell leadership course. So it's not all specifically alcohol. Some of it's business related, which I think anyone could benefit from.
Yep.
Especially if you have any aspiration of opening a brewery or a tap room or whatever type of business. I think it's a really good education. It's a great opportunity and it's, paid for. It's a scholarship.
Yeah. I mean, it's an incredible program that keeps expanding because it used to just be brewers and owners and like, oh, we should bring in taproom associates, sales reps. They're like, oh, maybe wine wants to get down on this. Like it just kind of keeps going because it is a challenge to be a woman in this industry. Like, no matter how much work is done, it's still a challenge every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%. Well, and like, it gets discussed a lot in society nowadays. It's like representation matters, right? So it's like, it matters. Yeah. Like we are seeing women represented in all these different, industry, well, like all these cross sections of this industry, that we enjoy. And it really is important because, there are plenty of women who've been doing this for quite some time and just not a lot of people know about it. And it does come with its unique set of challenges, but women are doing like really badass stuff in this industry. And, and I really love that we're getting to highlight some of that.
Yeah. And I always consider myself pretty fortunate that in Sacramento, there's so much representation of women in beer. So many breweries, head brewers, brewery owners are women. Like for a time, Auburn, 3 of their 4 breweries were women brewers.
Yeah.
And then, it balances out. People transfer jobs. So it's not quite as severe. Is severe the right word? It feels wrong. It seems,
I was like, I'm not going to lie.
The percentage is so severely high, that we should probably just knock it back down to the regular amount. Just bring it way down from 75% all the way back down
women?
To 16 or whatever. No, it's because here's what happened. All those brewers got even better jobs doing more elsewhere. What a terrible crime.
Terrible thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like Bike Dogs, their collaboration with us last year was called for the 7.5% because nationally, 7.5% of, I think, head brewers specifically, I want to say, I might be quoting this wrong, are women. Like, that's how low it is nationally. Which if you look at Sacramento, like, I don't know what our exact percentage is, but I would say it's higher than that.
It's got to be higher
distinctly
than that.
Higher.
100%.
Yeah,
yes.
So we're not
like almost
really,
double. Like it's got to be double the national.
Yeah, we're not a representative of the country, but like we're doing pretty good. But I mean, I think we're in our own bubble sometimes, and we realize there's entire states where like there's probably no women brewing.
Yeah,
microaggressions, so lovely, are super real for us in this industry. So even like just moving a keg or like just doing some innocuous job, part of our like job literally will, you'll always have like some men being like, oh, are you sure you don't need help? Or you got that, sweetie? Or like, Amanda, who's my best friend, she is an assistant brewer at Flickr now. And, she loves when she's on the forklift and they are like, oh, they let you drive that. And it's like, what? Like, there's a lot more. Women could do almost anything. So it is very interesting being in this like a little more saturated market of beer in general and seeing women in these roles. And then you go to somewhere where that's less common and you like kind of see that stark contrast,
Yeah. It is a very stark contrast. I'm not from Sacramento, so I'm like used to the Midwest, which is not great with those things. So when I go back, I'm like, oh God, like,
oh no,
hey, not cool. Actually, turns out that's not where we're at anymore. So you want to just not creep out a woman who's working her job, who worked really hard to get here, probably twice as hard as you work to do what you're doing. Maybe just shut up and let them do their job.
Take a seat, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Ben's gonna start getting in fights at the tap room.
Yeah.
Right. And on next week's episode, we bail them out of jail.
It's like, I can't talk. My jaw has been broken. But how is it when you're in the brewery and you're making the food?
As someone who's had her jaw broken, you can talk pretty clearly.
Yeah, I feel
also, Through the Wire happened, so you could still record a podcast.
What's Through the Wire?
Kanye West. He was in a car accident, broke his jaw. I mean, this is like old, like before everyone knew he was crazy. Yeah, and so he like recorded a whole song with his jaw wired shut.
Okay.
And that was actually my MySpace song while I had my jaw wired shut.
I do remember this. But yeah, that's so incredible. Long ago. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a whole other Kanye.
I mean, she name dropped MySpace to give you a point of reference.
Really nail a point in time.
It was a really fun summer after high school.
And then the next year, MySpace was gone.
Right. It literally disappeared.
Yeah.
Everybody had Facebook.
Oh, man. What? Okay, so since we're on the topic, Facebook does not have a playlist that you can have when people come to your page.
Yeah.
Which is lame.
Which, I mean, come on. If there's one thing you're going to take to MySpace, give us back the music.
100%.
Give me a glittery background any day.
It's like anytime people refer to MySpace, they always talk about the songs that they had on their page. And it's like the one nugget you could have taken and you just chose not to.
Yeah. I mean, I repped Sacramento hard on my MySpace page. All those Sacramento bands in 2006, they were on there. You got a new album, that track's going in. Like, people need to know. I rep Sacramento hard. That's what we do.
Hard.
From the jump.
That was his bio on his MySpace.
Repping Sacramento. That's not true.
I'm pretty sure mine said I was from Sacramento.
Nice.
Oh, no.
I was
so she went the
clever.
opposite.
But, like, I'm born and raised in Sacramento, so I can talk shit. Like,
Yeah.
You're
I've
allowed
earned
to
it.
talk shit. 100%.
I've earned it.
You've earned your stripes.
Yeah.
I am not born and raised. Like I said, Midwest a lot. So I'm like so happy to be back in an urban area. Like
Civilization.
Right. Human beings.
yeah, because like when I was a little kid, like elementary school, I was
lifestyle.
in Seattle. That was great. And then like we're gonna go to the Midwest where towns are like 300 people. I'm like, I don't care for this.
That does not sound like a pleasant experience at all.
It's not. And as soon as I got a chance, I'm like, back to the cities. I can't do this. This
Yeah.
is not who I am. I need the anonymity of like 100,000 people around me.
But, like, Sacramento has, like, kind of
I
the
need to
best
make
of
my-
both worlds. Like, it's a city, but it's not, like, a huge... Like, it's small enough, like, people know each other. Like,
Right.
I know so many random people through someone else, and, like, oh, we both went to high school with so-and-so. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's, like, it's a small town in a city. It's the weirdest thing.
But that's actually something I've always loved about Sacramento in general. Like, it's like, yeah, you get some of that anonymity you want, but you also have connections. You know, there's still like, it's not LA. It's not, even San Francisco is better than LA's, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, you still kind of have that like kind of down home vibe to a city though.
Yeah.
So I really dig that.
Yeah, and it's like a town because there's the cow town thing about Sacramento, which still existed when I moved out here. It was still kind of a cow town.
That's Rio Linda.
Yeah, but then there's also like this art community, but it's not like a big art community, so there's still a lot of intermingling of different arts. So there's like everybody knows everybody in some way, and there's like a bar scene, so they all just like intermingle.
100%.
So it's really cool because like I think percentage-wise, more Sacramentans are aware that I exist than my hometown in North Dakota knows I exist. Like, if you did a percentage, and that's super weird because there's only like 500 people.
That's amazing.
Like I feel like when people like try to find me, which they're not, nobody cares what I'm up to for my graduating class. I can almost guarantee it. But if they found me, like that can't be him. I think the Ben Rice I came to school with is dead. Like he doesn't exist. He's the same guy.
Like, he's not a serial killer?
Yeah.
Right? What?
What is this? Why does he have things? Why are people even like mentioning him?
People listen to him?
Why was he trending one day?
Was he trending one day?
Which was the worst thing that ever happened in my life. But
Wait, what?
I got trending because comedians are terrible people.
Yes.
And they, you know how like
Sorry, that's the best intro I've ever heard. Because comedians are terrible people.
like,
Continue.
they'll just beat a dead horse forever for no reason. So I don't remember what the reason that it happened, but somebody made a pun about my name. Oh, so daring. Ben Rice puns. What a bold. Let me guess. You went with Uncle Ben's Rice is where you're starting. Somebody made a post. Somebody saw it, copied it, did a different Ben Rice pun, and all of a sudden there were like 750 Ben Rice puns in one day. And like, I was on an anniversary trip with my
You were
girlfriend.
trending purely on your name.
Yeah. I was getting tagged in all these awful puns. None of them were worth it. I was like, I hate this. And I'm just like trying to have a vacation with my girlfriend for our anniversary. And my phone's just blowing up. Like it nearly dies. And I'm just like, we're not in anywhere where this should be dead. And then like the next year, people are like, hey, remember when we did this? I'm like, stop. We're not sharing the
Never
memory.
again.
Now you know what Kim Kardashian feels like.
Yeah, for one
Right.
day, I had an idea. And I'm like, this is too much. And it's not even something good. It was dumb. Every one of them was dumb.
Yeah. That's incredible. Half the things that are trending on the internet are dumb, but we just love to consume stupid content to distract us from reality. Just to get real deep on the podcast.
Yeah, what's wrong with reality? I haven't noticed anything.
Noticed it.
Where do I start?
Right? I feel like we don't have enough time to get into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not the right time or place for that. There's a time and a place for changing the world, and maybe this podcast isn't it.
Changing the world.
Sorry, fixing the world. That's what I meant.
Indeed. Yeah, improving.
But very similarly, the solution is just cutting the balls off. And then Problem solved.
100%. That kind of.
Fixing the world. You're welcome. I did it.
Thank you.
Out, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
I'm very talented. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm doing the thing where what I said earlier, don't let me do this. So Pink Boot,
You're gonna do it.
We did. We let you go. Yeah. That
Pink
was our
Boot
fault.
Society beer releases, right? They're a thing because you guys. So there's a brew day, brew week, brew month Pink Boots thing, right?
Most breweries either will try to brew like near International Women's Day, which is I think annually March 8th every year, or International Women's History Month, which is March, or they'll try to have their release around that time. So sometimes they brew earlier in February.
Okay, to have the beer for that day.
If they get the hops on time, there's all scheduling and whatnot. So some of the breweries started early and they've already sold out of the beer. So if you were looking for Blaker, you guys are, I think they're sold out. You got No Man's Land.
Nice.
Flatlands, Pink is still the new black is out of stock. And I'm pretty sure Track 7, they had a new name for their beer this year. And I forget what it is now. But that one's done too. But we do have some new ones still coming out. So like I said today, it's March 29th. And King Kong just came out with Queen of the Jungle. So if you are lucky, you can get some of that. We do have Oak Park is still doing their brew day. They haven't done it yet, so that'll come out soon.
But they did brew a women's history beer as well that came out this weekend.
Yes, that is separate from
but still also
because they just love women.
But still honoring,
Yeah,
they do great
it's
stuff.
Awesome.
Every beer seems to have like a message.
I know.
It's great.
Everything like it raises money for something, supports something. Like Oak Park just is killing the game.
That
right
rebrand is doing so good.
Oh
new
my
ownership,
God,
new
yes.
brewers. Just a reminder, it's not the same Oak Park from 3 years ago. It's a new Oak Park. It's great. Can't get enough of it.
Yeah. Great people, great beer, constantly putting out something new, all the different styles, always doing different fundraisers for everything you could possibly think of.
I've seen some of the stuff they're doing, but I haven't physically been there yet. And now that I live here, my girlfriend literally was like, "Hey, we need to go check out Oak Park Brewing." And I was like, "Yeah, we really do." So it's on the list.
Yes. And then more releases coming up. April 2nd, Log Off is releasing their beer. I don't know the name yet. April 12th, Crooked Lane is releasing their beer. And then on Saturday, April 17th, Capital Beer and Tap Brew is having a Pink Boots takeover. Yes. We're going to have beer on draft. We're going to have some variety 4-packs we're working on. Not sure who's in it yet. It'll be a surprise. Show up, buy some beer, drink some beer. Miranda will be pouring. And if you haven't met her, she's adorable. Cutest little thing that's going to ever pour you beer. Miranda mother frickin' Davies. She's representing the ladies, you know.
She's a badass. Her and Trevor are so fun.
I love her. If Trevor didn't marry her, I would.
Yeah.
Don't tell my boyfriend. He's in the other room. But I love her so much. She knows.
Yeah. I mean, let's just face facts. The women in beer are awesome, straight across the board.
Basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Hard to find.
I mean, our local beer scene, we have like some badasses.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Ugh. And then like the cutest badasses. Like I can't handle it.
Like anytime I go to any like Pink Boots Brew Day or any like social or Pink Boots event or something, I'm just like, how is everyone so badass and so freaking adorable? Like I just want to like put everyone in my pocket.
Yeah. And
I want to take everyone home.
Now that I've gotten my second vaccine shot, like you're all getting licked in the face. Like in 2 weeks, it's fair game. We're open mouth kissing, full tongue. You have no choice.
I think that this statement is the reason that Pink Boot Society exists, and get a movement to strike.
All of a sudden, we start trending, and everybody's in support.
Next year,
it's a weird thing that I do with my friends, just my close ones. I do a little face lick.
So beer name idea for next year: open mouth kisses.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit would probably be really popular after COVID. People are all just trying to find some open mouth kisses.
It's going to be gross. It's gonna be gross.
Oh, hey, post-COVID beer, stay away IPA. We've done it. Okay, good. It's only available for delivery.
No joke. No contact delivery.
I can't. I'm going. Don't get me out of the skid. Somebody has something to talk about. I'm the worst host that you'll ever encounter.
You're the best at being the worst, though.
Yes, if you're going to be bad at something,
that
really
was
lean in.
The best backhanded compliment I think I've ever heard. Actually,
well, Paulina sees
best
me at my very
the
worst every time we do an episode of Leonard Malting. I can't.
Is that not mutual?
What?
I mean, I'm also the worst.
No, that's not true at all. I put you in a position to fail, and then sometimes you
flounder around. I can't stop talking about my armpits.
Hey, if it came up in a natural way, we're good. As long as you're not... Like, I like to really just throw it in there and be like, why are we here? And it's like, oh, I did it. I did this to us. I'm sorry.
I mean, I definitely brought up cancer today at King Kong and made people uncomfortable.
Easy way out of that. Paulina, you were responsible for the beers we're drinking today. And part of my package, I don't know if you got this, Bia, but I got a koozie that says cancer can suck it.
I know, and it's a little succulent. It's a cactus.
It's
It's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
I love it. Pauline, honestly, I didn't know if you gave it to me by accident. So today I was like, I need to return this to her.
No,
well, dude, thank you, because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to use it on all my beers now. Because cancer can suck it.
It can. I had it made, so Kenny at Hop Shop let us use the patio when my friend wanted to raise funds for my cancer bills when it was still fresh. So we did a potting succulents into beer cans thing. And I mean, I cannot even explain how overwhelmed I was, how many people came. People I didn't even know. People I knew just online from beer groups. That's how I first met, a few people. I'd never met them in real life, and I showed up and I did not expect it.
So that's yours. I thought it was just something that was around. And I got this.
I made them.
Yeah.
We were kind of selling them, but I had leftovers, so I kind of just I don't use koozies that often, so I'll give them away.
Yeah.
So we were her throwaway koozies, is what she said.
Hey, if you got more cancer can suck it,
I'll take it. Yeah.
I'll take them. That's
but
fine.
you also got some weed.
I did get some weed. Some pretty sweet weed.
I looked at you because she goes, "You want some weed?" And I looked down and I was like, "Oh, it's called the bottle. It's named that. Got it."
Yeah. What a terrible. But my girlfriend came out and she saw the things and she's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's this whiskey that got dropped off."
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I don't plan on.
Honestly, you can't ever go wrong with weed or whiskey. So for me personally,
yeah, I was like, I don't plan on doing anything with it besides having it. But then she saw the koozie. She's like, "Oh, that is adorable. What is that?" I'm like, "See, everything's fine." I'm like, I got a beer that I'm going to drink tomorrow, and I got a koozie that's awesome that I would love to put on a beer. But if you're going to advertise what beer you're drinking, you can't put a koozie on it, so it's a whole thing. So I just had the koozie next to the beer. Problem solved. That's how you promo.
Lessons 101 with Ben Rice. Thank you.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm very good at promoting things. I'm not. I'm very bad at it.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Remember his bikini picture?
Wait, what?
Who could forget?
Oh,
apparently him.
Doing the car wash?
I don't know what it was. He posted in a bikini top.
Oh, well, I mean, there's so many times that's come up.
He's like, I need you to pick which one.
There's one. Okay, there's one where I had the bikini because I was drunk at a party, and I took my girlfriend's bikini at the time.
Oh, what was she wearing?
She had a backup. Everyth's fine.
Okay.
We're not weird like that.
Everything's fine.
Most of the time.
I wasn't exposing her to everyone.
Nope. Totally fine. Separate. You always got to bring up a back. You're women, bring a backup bikini. Everybody knows.
I don't.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know what that's like.
Everyone
I barely
knows
bring backups.
I'm an overpacker. I bring backups for everything you can ever imagine.
I don't go anywhere.
And then I did a bikini car wash for charity.
I don't go around like people. So it's for a good reason.
Yeah.
It's good.
We raised $1,200.
I mean, not that I would shame you, bro. If you want to walk down the street
for a cause.
Yeah,
bro.
Right.
That's a great hashtag.
Yeah, I think I went on a Good Day Sacramento also. So there's a third to promote it. So there's a separate bikini car
But
wash.
you were in Good Day in a bikini?
Yeah, at like 7 a.m. It was terrible.
Were they drunk?
No, it was too early. There's no way to. We had to go on to Good Day.
There's no
We didn't come to us. We had to go to
first of
them.
all,
So
but-
there's no way to do it. There's like one car.
You were in the studio?
We were in the back lot.
Oh.
I was like, man, this isn't
Oh
the
my
way I want to do
goodness.
this. But so we watched like one of the anchors' cars.
It's not organic.
Yeah,
Was it like the scene in Dodgeball where the guy with his finger in his belly button?
kinda. It was weird. Not a lot of washing went on, but a lot of throwing water on each other and sexy dances. And
Yes.
sexy is very much in quotation marks.
Here's the thing. I definitely need footage of that day. That would be great.
It exists. There's a picture, and like most of us look like me. There's not a lot of like svelte, like cut dudes. There's a lot.
Wouldn't want to see smell cut dudes. I want to see dad bods and beer bods.
Yep, and there's a lot of them.
Purely.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. But we were doing it at like showgirls, like in their parking lot, like at a strip club. Like,
Oh my god, that's incredible.
I don't know who organized. Oh, I think Bill Wallace, a comedian, organized it, but it was a mess.
So I think the next Pink Foods fundraiser, we need to have Ben and all the homies in bikinis.
Oh my god!
Washing
Can we
cars.
a
Can
brewer
we,
car
like-
wash.
Yes,
yeah.
a brewer's
Like
car wash
soapy
with
beards.
all of them in their beer bodies.
Yeah,
You're a
Doing
genius.
Supporting
a car
women.
wash, right? Supporting women in the industry. I think that is a brilliant idea.
You know who would be
Market,
down
you
for
heard
that?
it here
Chris
first.
Guthrie.
oh yeah, he'd be in. He's in. He's already in. I've already talked to him. I just
already
sent a text.
Somebody
volunteering
volunteering him.
He's in.
Actually, I didn't really know him, but we went to high school together.
Oh,
And
nice.
he came out to me at the 50/50 Eclipse party. And he's like, "You went to Rio Linda." I'm like, "How dare you tell
You're like,
anybody that?"
what?
I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
Mind your business.
But also, he didn't have a beard in high school, so like,
Right.
I didn't really recognize him. I'm like, okay. He's like, "You had a friend named Tina." I was like, "No." And I was trying to think of, because like, I didn't really have a close friend named Tina. Like, I was friends with a Tina, like, sort of. Like, I was closer with her in junior high. Like, I don't know how you would have known that. It's like, I've never been associated with her. And then later I figured out, like, oh, okay, I know his face without a beard.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's actually really funny. One time at Blinker, TK was there, and it was. I swear to God, it was a middle school reunion, but it was all people in their late 30s. Like,
What?
it wasn't a high school reunion. It was a fucking middle school
That's not a thing.
reunion. But literally, Tyler was like, "I went to school with all of these people," because he's from Turlock,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh, like, do you want to go say hi?" And he was like, "No, not a single one has recognized me," because he looks vastly different without a beard. If you see pictures of him without a beard, you would not recognize him. If I saw him shaved, I wouldn't know him on the street. Like, 100%. You cannot recognize him. So we spent an entire evening serving people he went to middle school and high school with, and not a single person recognized him. It's like,
That's the dream.
you want to talk about anonymity? Just grow a full fucking beard.
Yeah.
I tricked a
That's all
girl
you need.
that like knew me in high school. So speaking of broken jaw, so I had an underbite. Like it was pretty, I will say severe in the way that it means. So I had it corrected. And so like, my face was pretty swollen for a lot longer than I realized. But like once I was like, sort of quote unquote normal, I went to the mall with my friend and like someone else we went to high school with. Like I had so many classes with her. We saw her working and we went to go say hi. And she's like, "Oh my God, you look so much like this girl we went to high school with, like Paulina." And then I was like, "Oh, that's weird." I don't know. And then she even like made a point to like cover like the bottom half of me. She's like, "Yeah, if you just like go like this, like you look just like her."
No.
Because like my jaw, it was just so different. So like, I'll have to show you sometime my
That's
high school
wild.
pictures.
Yeah,
Just the
that's
bottom
really
half of
great.
my face like changed my whole face apparently.
Okay, so I've always wondered like how like people at masquerades, they're like, "Oh, I don't know who you are for just covering this one tiny
Yeah.
part of your face." That never made any goddamn sense to me until
Yeah,
things like
Clark
this.
Kent.
And I'm like, oh no, people really, okay, honestly, I never really got it until we started wearing fucking masks.
Yeah.
And now I've looked people I know in the face and not recognized them because obscuring one part of someone's face which is how we identify all of humanity, it really does mess up your perception.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I talked shit for a lot of years. Every time I saw shit on TV, I was like,
you can't tell that's that person?
You're stupid. And then now I'm like, well, shit, no, that's 100% a thing. My bad.
I've been recognized a lot more with a mask on. I'm like, is it my hip frizzy hair? Like, I don't, like, somehow there's something else about me.
Yeah.
Well,
that
when
they
you're
know
a media mogul.
Oh, I know for sure. It's like my hair, and like I have pretty distinctive tattoos, and I feel like that has to be it, because I do get recognized with a mask on quite a bit. But I'm like, also I've been living in the Central Valley. There's not a lot of women that look like me.
Yeah.
So, for a myriad of reasons.
Yeah.
I'll just say it that way.
And not to brag, I can be
that's
recognized.
the thing.
Okay. Not to brag, I can be recognized from 2 blocks away by people who know me, because I apparently have a distinctive walk.
One eye closed.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you walk.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking
have to
about.
figure this
People are
out
like,
now.
yeah, I saw you walking from like down there. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, well, you have a distinctive walk. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I can't
What does
replicate it.
that
I
mean?
just
Do I waddle? I don't
nobody
think-
walks like you. There's like a semi bounce, but not a bounce. I'm like, what the?
You're just sashaying across the.
Yeah, I do very swishy walks and just very, very left to right.
Just fluid.
Yeah.
Is it like just tippy toe? Like I don't.
I think I have this like birth defect, so my right foot sticks out to the right a lot, so like it makes a weird jump.
It
Like my
alters
right
your
leg
gait.
moves weird, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is.
Well, it's okay. My old coworkers used to tell me I strut,
Oh, nice.
and my girlfriend apparently concurs. And I think this is bullshit. I don't strut. I happen to walk tall, like I walk with confidence, but I just walk, and I walk quickly. I'm a fast walker. But no, apparently,
That's a
according
strut.
to several people I know, I strut, and I don't know how I feel about that. I do know. I don't like what they think of that.
We watched a movie just last week where there was a strut. Jaimin Hansu's strut through Furious 7.
What were you watching?
We were watching Furious 7
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
because
I
Kurt
stopped after
Russell
5.
likes
They just
Belgian
needed to
beers. End of reason.
That's all we needed.
I would like to say there was more reason. There wasn't.
It wasn't.
We had to watch 2
I like
hours.
the honesty, though.
We had to watch
Oh,
2
God.
hours and 20 minutes of a movie to watch a person say Belgian beers are good for like 22 seconds.
That's pretty great.
Like, yeah. If you
I
compare,
mean, honestly, someone mentions a Belgian beer in almost any film, I 100% will watch it for that reason, because no one discusses Belgian.
wait, Bia, do you have movie recommendations for us that are beer related?
Because we do a beer podcast.
I know. I was like, you guys are throwing me on the spot, but I will fucking think of some. I'm certain of it, and I will text them to you.
It takes-
Right now or never.
Like, as we said, it takes
No, never.
almost no
Literally.
engagement at all. If you just mention a beer, that's apparently good enough for us. Also, I
You're
still
like, our
have,
standards are so low.
I also do love a challenge, and it was not really recommended so much as just mentioned casually in passing, and I'm like, we should do it.
Okay. Unfortunately, this is not a movie, so it does not qualify for your guys' podcast. But one of my favorite things, I've been rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine lately.
Mhm.
And one of my favorite things are when Teddy makes a cameo, and
Oh,
all he
it's-
ever
yeah.
fucking talks about is Pilsners. And it
Yeah.
makes me so happy because it is so niche and ridiculous, and I love it so
But it's also, he's like the
much.
worst.
Yeah.
He's the worst. You want to hate him so
Let's
much.
just watch
but
the
you're
episode where
I
he
love
and
me a
Andy-
Pilsner.
Let's watch the episode where they're stuck in that room where they're like doing a stakeout. Let's just watch that episode.
Yes.
And then we'll review
That's
that-
all you
that
need.
one episode.
You know what? That one episode is better than all of Bruce Brothers
Oh my
combined.
God.
'Cause that, oh.
100%.
Did you watch that?
I watched part of it.
Yeah, that's as
I
much as you should
forced
have
myself
watched.
to watch all of it
Yes.
because I was like, this has to get better, right?
You're like, surely it must.
And
No,
surely
not
it
so
didn't.
much.
Surely it did not. And I'm on the record. I have several ways to fix this show and make it great. So for the 18th time, Netflix, hit me up. I will make this show a success. Give me
Oh,
Bruce
fix
Brothers
it.
2000.
Right.
I will fix it.
I think the only good thing that was in it was like Fluleborg, because he's good in everything, just because he's so like weird. The truffles, I
That's your
don't
jam.
like it. Just I don't know. That's the only part I enjoyed. You don't like him?
Dude, did you guys watch that movie with his name is Jake Johnson?
Yeah, it's terrible.
That was our first one.
Yeah, it was bad.
Drinking buddies?
It? Yeah. I was so upset. I was so disappointed.
They nailed beer and failed movie.
Failed movie. I was so excited about it because I was like, dude, I love him. I love her. Like, I love beer.
Right?
This is going to be amazing. And they did do a great job of showing brewing, like that aspect. And then the rest was disappointingly terrible.
That was basically our review.
Yeah.
But
but very long.
Yeah. Well, because at that time we were still trying to
Drawn
go
out
through
manner.
the entire movie.
Yeah, we were trying to go
for some
step by
reason.
step, and we have since been like, that's not really worth it.
You learned from your mistakes early on.
We did.
Early is
We did
strong.
eventually.
Yeah. I think when we did World's End, we're like, we can't break it down scene by scene. It's too much.
A lot happened.
Just get through it.
Because that one
Just
has
get
so
through it.
much going on. You're just like, there's no way to put it all together. But
I know I'm on your podcast right now, but just to drop one that's fucking dope that does go, not scene by scene, but almost. Office Ladies, have any of you guys listened to
I
that?
haven't heard of it.
Oh my God. Okay. So last year, well, right before the pandemic, so the end of 2019, it's Angela Kinsey and Jenna Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Pam and Angela in the office. Yeah. So they go literally episode by episode from the beginning, like in order. And they just like, they rewatched the commentaries, rewatched the deleted scenes, whatever. And then they like talk about it. And I own all those seasons. So I've seen all the commentary and deleted scenes of every season. But it is so dope. If you like The Office, it's hella funny. So anyway, you're talking about going like scene by scene. I was like, no, they pull it off really great actually though.
Yeah. But
So basically you just gotta be like Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey.
Just
I'm just
But like,
kidding.
we weren't in the movies.
Yeah, we'll bring the actors.
No, 100%.
That's what we'll do.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I was not saying that you were failing. I was just recommending something for you to
Yeah,
Okay.
like who
or
knows
listen to.
Kurt Russell and can bring him onto the podcast?
I feel like he would like me if we met. So like
Is that like
I
a
think that
childhood
about
dream?
most people.
that's just like how I feel, you know.
Have you guys been watching oh my God, right, Falcon and Winter Soldier? Because I just realized, or I just found out that well, I guess I won't spoil it, but one of the guys is Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son,
Oh,
and I've seen him in so many things, and I just never knew. He's got like a beard.
That's a
He's
good
like
one.
he's in a bunch of stuff. He's in like everything. He's in like Ingrid Goes West.
okay, that was fun and terrifying.
Yeah, the husband,
Okay.
the beardy guy. Yeah, that's Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son.
Okay. That's nuts.
Did you know?
You're talking about
no.
Wyatt Boston.
Yeah, Wyatt Russell.
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah,
Oh, so they like we had this kid around Tombstone time. We'll name him Wyatt.
I guess so.
That's my best guess on that.
So do you
Because-
guys know Wyatt Russell and can get Kurt Russell for?
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him in some stuff.
Yeah, he looks vaguely familiar. I don't know at all. I'm not going to look it
Yeah.
up. I'm
Anytime
but-
anyone mentions an actor, I immediately have to IMDb it. So I can
I've seen
understand
him
what the fuck
in
we're
like a
talking about.
million things, and
Yeah.
like he was in The Good Lord Bird. We just finished, and like
Oh,
he's just
okay.
been
I
in
did start watching that. And Kurt Russell's in that too, right? Or my
I don't
brain's
remember
gone.
Kurt
Who's the
Russell in
lead
that.
in that?
It's Ethan Hawke.
Oh, yeah. Okay. They're the
He's
same
Ethan
person.
Hawke.
crazy. He cray.
Yeah. You're right. It is Ethan Hawke. I'm like, it's like, that's Kurt Russell, right? No, you're right.
No,
You're right. I can't remember. I watched like an episode and a half. I'm like, this is pretty good, but it's a lot to put in.
it's a lot.
It's a lot going on, and it's intense, and so I stopped. I'm like, I'll come back, and I have not come back.
You got to be ready for it because it is very intense and it's a lot. And
Yeah.
like we finished it. It was good. I
Yeah,
recommend it.
I've heard good things, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I see where it's going. It's just it's a lot of things being addressed real quick,
All
real
the
early,
things.
and often.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I'm not good at watching things that make me feel like a bad person for watching them. like Breaking Bad is great.
Please
but
elaborate.
It took me like
Okay.
9 years to watch it because I'm like after like half an episode, I'm like I gotta like stay away for like a week and a half and like remember
Bro,
I'm a good
not
person.
gonna lie. I tried. Everyone loves it, right? And I was like, you know what? Like, it took me years. Like after the show ended,
Yeah.
I finally was like, fuck it, let me like try it out. And I felt so deeply uncomfortable
Yes.
on episode 1 that I gave up. And then I tried again like 2 years later. and I still have only gotten like 5 episodes in. I just can't do
so much worse.
I can't do it, bro. Dude. And like everyone is like, it's fucking great. And I'm like, I love great shit, even if it's like dark or like fucking twisted or anything. But I'm like, dude, I just can't. I can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah, because
maybe when the circumstances are right. I don't know.
They're like, please relate with this. Like, please find a way to relate with this truly unredeemable person.
Horrible. Okay.
And like it just gets worse and worse and worse, and like you can see that their actions are going to make like you see it coming, and like you can't look away. Like I had to take like the episode, like I don't know how far you got into it, but there's like do you know anything about any bathtubs? Does a bathtub make any sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when I was like,
when that happened.
That's the
that
moment.
Was 5 months.
Was like, no,
5 months till I could come back. I was like, I feel like such a piece of shit for
like,
having seen that.
I don't have this problem.
It almost gave me nightmares. Like I was like, I feel so gross.
Yeah.
I like, and that's when I stopped. I was like,
I have the opposite. I'm like, give me more. I need to watch the next episode.
I need all of the things.
Yeah, I don't know. But I also fall asleep to like
shows about serial
shows.
killers and shit. Yeah, I'm like, give me a serial killer. Like, I'm gonna feel deeply terrible, but as long as I know that they're caught in the end.
But if they shot a series about the serial killer and you had to watch it every episode they kill a person, you would probably be like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
I watched Criminal Minds for I've seen every episode.
But you know that they're going to catch them.
Right.
Exactly.
And also,
that's what I'm saying. I need that resolution.
Baby girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Breaking Bad gives you no resolution.
There's a few things that, like, I felt uncomfortable about at first. So, like, for example, when Dexter was becoming a thing, I was like, how is the protagonist a serial killer? How am I supposed to, like, support this person? But then I ended up loving it. And I was like, well, it's actually fucking dope.
And it's coming back.
And then, what?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Is it? I did not know that.
Oh my God. Are you guys, like, even on the internet?
Not in the right places.
Dude,
I'm in my own echo chamber.
Moving.
My anti-Dexter echo chamber.
Sorry, even in the chat boards or whatever the fuck.
God. You're even on, like, the newsletter?
I'm like, hey, these actors are bad in Dexter, and that's how I got out. I'm like, I don't like anybody but the main character as an actor.
Yeah, his sister's the worst.
Oh no, his sister's the worst.
Yeah.
So when Quarantine came out, everyone thought it was really good. I'm like, it was better when it was from Spain. It was called Wreck.
Foreign films are always better, especially dark shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same movie, but they made it English and they put her in it. So terrible.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Yeah, no, she's awful. Secondly, when I first started getting into It's Always Sunny, I was like, they're all sociopaths.
Yes.
How am I supposed to support this show?
Good.
And then it is one of my favorite shows of all time now, but it took me like 2 different times trying it out before I got into it. So maybe if I tried Breaking Bad again, I might change my mind.
I mean, I was like 5th.
But it takes
time.
me a fucking while. Yeah, it takes me a while to like a terrible person. Like, you know.
For It's Always Sunny, I'm like, there's too much yelling. It's like 30 minutes of yelling. If it was like 21 minutes of yelling, including commercials, I'd be fine. But it's 30 minutes of yelling.
Including commercials.
Like, same with, like, Archer was great, and like, it's too much yelling.
I can love Archer. But like, I cannot watch it when I'm anxious. So I've learned the things that I can watch when I'm in the state of mind to watch it. Yeah. So I have to like be ready. So if I'm already like anxious or stressed, I cannot watch that. Yeah. Because it's just gonna keep me here. And so I watch like Schitt's Creek or The Office or Parks and Rec, like the shit that I like already know so well, and it calms me down and it makes me giggle, and then I can like go to sleep or whatever. But then like when I want some shit, that's when I, you know.
Both those shows absolutely worth watching. But like for me, like it's too much for me in the wrong space.
100%, yeah. Same thing with like horror movies and shit. Like I'm like, if I'm not in the space for it, like I can't.
I'm
do
always.
It. Meanwhile, my girlfriend also has recently gotten me into true crime. I didn't understand the wave of interest in the last few years, and then now we watch 2020 every Friday, or it releases on Hulu. Yeah, every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And she now has me listening to true crime podcasts, and we literally sometimes we get home from work. And it's like the middle of the night, you know, because we work nights. And I'll be like, what do you want to watch, babe? And she'll be like, murder. I'm like,
it's not really,
all right, we're watching murder. That's literally, that's the only genre requirement. Murder. Okay.
Yeah, when I first moved in as my boyfriend, I would like fall asleep to Forensic Files. And he was like, why are you trying to like figure out how to murder me? I was like, no, I'm trying to figure out how to not get murdered.
Yeah.
Like, you got this all wrong.
This is a gender difference.
Solving shit.
Like, I need to be able to tell the
100%,
signs. And we're like, I don't want to be that person. You're like, I don't want to be attacked by that person. That's the difference we're having here.
Right. Dude, and honestly, and that's interesting commentary on the female experience. Like, there's... Bringing it back around. No, so there's like hella memes and stuff out there, you know, that are like, every woman you know has like carried her keys like in her knuckles, had like taken a longer route to her house, or like driven around the block an extra minute before. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, yep, 100%. So yeah, sometimes we watch things and men always think like, yeah, we're watching it to like know how to murder. And we're like, nah, we're trying to not get got.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, if I wanted to murder you, I would get away with it. I've been removing bloodstains since I was 9. Hashtag TMI. But like,
you heard it here, folks.
Ben doesn't know what to do.
Like,
He's like, I cannot comment. If Paulina's boyfriend goes missing,
he won't.
Yeah. They're very deeply in love. Everything's fine.
It's a little okay, right? No,
look, if he was going to be gone, he'd already be gone.
No, if I was going to do this.
Yeah,
if I was going to do this, I would whatever.
Like, I'm not going to murder him.
Yeah. So the perfect murder, what you do?
So listen, this is what you would do better. And now that she has me watching all this true crime shit all the time, I'm not doing this. I'm now engaging, and I'm like, well, that was stupid. They should have X, Y, Z, and I'm like, who have I become? Like,
that's
like,
how I got my boyfriend to watch The Bachelor with me.
Oh
no! Oh no!
Because like I was just like making fun of people. Like I only started watching because my friend watched it.
Like, I want murder and The Bachelor.
We would get a box of rosé, and I do mean a box, and it was a $10 box of rosé, and because we were working at Total Wine, and we got 30% off, and we would go watch The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and it was hilarious. Like, we just make fun of them, and then we go in the hot tub after. And then so like,
I mean, I would watch
that's
whatever.
How they get you.
On the hot tub.
I kind of just watched it alone. I'm like, these idiots in my head, right?
But when
and
you're
then
with
so he'll be over there, and like he starts making nicknames for them. He's like, oh, is that this one? Is that he called one of the girls a bald-headed scallywag.
Oh, no. It's true. So I'm like, very easily roped into it. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
also,
so he's like, oh, did that one go home yet?
I'm now obsessed with this.
Yeah.
And so like he'd end up sitting in for a whole episode not realizing, because we're just like making fun of them together.
And then it becomes a routine. Like, Sunday, we're going to watch The Bachelor. Shit.
Literally, that's how Dem gets me into things. Like, she ropes me in with the light, easy stuff, like, haha, isn't this fun, or whatever. And then next thing I know, I'm like, is it out yet? Like, and I'm like into it. And I'm like, how did I get here?
For it.
She fucking incepts me, bro. Like, that's what girlfriends do. Yeah. Honestly, Ben, I promise you, yours got you like we've all been incepted, and we just don't know.
All of us. It's so easy.
We just don't know.
You're like,
it's so easy.
It's so stupid. They're so stupid. Watch how stupid they are. Like, oh, they are stupid. What are they going to do this week? Why do I care? God damn it.
Why do I care? Exactly. Why do I care?
You got me. Like, I'm helping my girlfriend with her podcast. She has a podcast where they give advice. They're not professionals. And then at the end, they have a Bachelor recap. And like, now the Bachelor's over. So they're like going through the social media of the guys that are up for the next Bachelorette.
Oh, so bad.
And like the social media handle they went to, like, they called it like Kathy's Guys. And I was like, that's a bad name. That's a bad name for what you're doing. So I'm like, so I wrote on a piece of paper, Catherine's Mins. And then I laughed to myself. And that's a way better way to do it. I'm like, that's how you do it. Catherine's Mins. And then
you're so invested in this.
Yeah, now like, they got me again. I'm in again, and I'm trying not to, but
you'll never be out because it's constantly Bachelor season. There's Paradise. There's Bachelorette.
Why do all of
winter
these
games?
Like, okay, so yesterday, so it's Becky and her friend Tavi. They do this podcast, and Tavi comes over every Sunday for Black Cinema Sundays, which I don't take part in because I've already seen them. And but no, it's because it's their girl time. And yesterday they saw the movie.
I watch it in the bedroom while they're on.
I've already seen them. Like, yeah, I've seen this. It's like one I haven't seen. I'm like, I'm going to come out and I'm going to watch this movie. But or if it's one I really like. I'm like when we watched Life, I was like, oh, this is a great one. But yesterday when the movies ended, Tavi put on Shark Tank which Becky and I had never seen and thought was
I used to love Shark Tank.
It's so good because like we're both.
I know.
Now we're like old enough to be savvy. Like that's a dumb business plan. Like look how many there are already. Like there's no way this is worth this thing. And now it's just like we watched like 8 episodes last night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. I don't even remember how I came across it one day. It was like I was out somewhere and stupid cable was on or whatever. And then like an episode came on and I was like, oh, whatever. And then I like, And then like I literally used to I would just watch it if it was on. I'm invested. I just watch it. And I'm like, why am I watching a show about other people's ideas, pitching to other people I don't care about if they want to invest in these people's ideas that I also don't care about? But it doesn't matter. I'm into it.
Because you're like, I would never. You're asking for 5% for that amount of money? This idea is terrible. You got that amount of money. That's at least 25% stake.
It either needs to be. Like I fucking know anything about investing.
I don't know what any of these words mean. Like put it on the VIG. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna do it. Like 18% interest. I know what that means. 18% per year. Like no, it's 1.5% per month. Like what do you mean? That's not what 18% means. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's 1.5% over a year. I'm like that's not right. And, is that right? Is that the math? I don't.
Get the calculator out.
I'm like, I know 1.5 times 12 is 18. I know that part, but is that how interest works? I don't think that's how interest works. Am I wrong about interest? Have I been getting fucked on these deals?
Yeah, you realize we've been duped our whole lives. Like, I know nothing.
Yeah. I watched one like I'll give you $150,000 at 12%, and then I'm out at $450,000. Once you pay me $450,000, I'm out. I'm like, that doesn't seem worth it at all. That seems like you're paying this guy $600,000 to get $150,000. That seems dumb.
Yeah, you're like, why would you do that? But then you have to take into account like how much money are you making at that point, and all this. And I'm like, I'm somebody who doesn't
what can this person do for you for that $150,000?
I'm like, I'm gonna do shit I love and like take care of people I like. And then like die or whatever. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are saying. Like, I mean, it's nothing to me. But I get invested. I care. I like care when I'm watching it. I'm like, oh well, this hold out for a better deal. Like like about shit that will never affect me personally.
Yeah, never. It will never.
It will never touch my life.
Here's the thing: the first episode we watched, I don't remember what they were selling or whatever. It was like the newest one or second newest one or whatever. And I was like, these people aren't here to make this donation. They're here to advertise. This is them making a play for airtime. Nothing else. And I was like, good job. Like you knew. You like if I get money, great. That's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, when I was at Total Wine, we'd have people come in like, "Oh, do you have that wine from Shark Tank?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. There was like
wine
from Shark
O'Leary's
Tank.
wine.
No, it was like a tube of like small. It was like something stupid. It was like portable,
portable wine. Why don't you
I don't know.
pour the wine in your?
I'm like, how about you just drink a whole bottle of wine like a grown ass woman?
Like an adult, like grow up. And drink a bottle to the dome like the rest of us do on a Tuesday.
I saw this thing called the Bubbly Blaster. Did you guys see the Bubbly Blaster?
I'm sorry, that sounds like a very interesting name. I don't know exactly. I don't know where this is going.
It bypasses the champagne bottle's pop cork. You put it in there,
my favorite part.
You can spray it however you want. So you can like.
Oh.
So it's like, hey, you want to pop your champagne, but you don't want to waste all that champagne. You're not wasting it.
No, I slow burst.
So you don't have to shake the bottle and do.
Yeah, it just automatically does it.
Oh, for if you're trying to be stupid and waste champagne.
But it's not wasteful.
What you're saying.
But it's not wasteful because you get a controlled spray.
Then what's the point of spraying it?
But yeah, if you're spraying it, it is wasteful because I drank the whole bottle.
It's a controlled spray. It's pressurized. You can control
like
how much
to someone's mouth.
Yeah, you can spray it in somebody's mouth. You can spray it all over.
I thought you were like spray it on the girls at the club.
Yeah, you can do it. It sprays up to 30 feet. Depending on how much pressure you give it, it can spray up to 30 feet. But it can also just be like, hey, I'm going to spray this in your bottle. I'm going to spray it in your mouth.
Are you invested in this brand? Because I feel like you're trying to sell it to us.
No, I'm just saying. I was not on board until I saw it. And I'm like, you know what? This makes sense for so many things. I'm like,
I know that you're convinced, but hang on. All you have to do is just slow burp it like an adult. You just slow burp it, and there's zero waste.
But that's not the point. You're celebrating with champagne. You're about to have a party with champagne.
But like, how about you be an adult and you mama bird it to your friends?
I mean,
That's
look,
also
there's
control.
Plenty of options. There's plenty of options. I was like, hey, this
very control.
They sold me.
They're literally-
They walked in. There's like a bulky dude, bro. I was like, I'm out on these people, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, I'm kind of in. It has its place. It has its place at frat parties. It has its place at weddings. Like, and that's about it. But like, honestly, that sounds fun. Like, because I had an idea years ago where I bought $2 Chuck.
This is how he's bought him. Got it.
I bought a bunch of $2 Chuck red wine, right? And the idea was that I was going to have a big party in a park where we like had water balloons full of wine, and you throw it at each other, kind of capture the flag thing. It was called Wine Fight.
Okay.
Everybody's wearing white clothes, so
fight.
like it stains on you and all this stuff.
So like
paintball.
why would you stain with wine instead of paint?
Because it's more. Because also you have
you wasted the booze.
It's the bad wine you throw, then you have good wine in your drinking hand. So you got a drinking hand.
Oh,
and a
okay. So you
throwing
drink
hand.
while you okay.
Yeah. It's
That's
a
what I was
drinking
trying to
game
make
where
sense
you
of.
throw
Okay.
your bad
I feel
wine.
like you should drink all the wine and just never waste any.
I also feel like
alcohol.
this game would cause a yeast infection.
Oh, it's definitely there's a lot of problems, and it never came to fruition. But
This is why it never took off.
yeah, I mean, like you could get super soakers, water balloons. You could have like a glass that's for like.
I mean, a super soaker full of wine, I would be
Bro,
down.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to throw parties when
Yes.
like a million years ago when I was in
Yes.
my like early 20s and shit.
Yeah.
And I did fill up water guns with tequila,
Okay.
like but the little
Yeah,
little
you saw
ones.
us.
And yeah, that was like literally we would just walk around and like in addition to everyone drinking, we would just like squirt some in people's mouths.
Yeah.
Because we thought that was a great idea.
Are
Why
you
not-
saying I should
why not
carry
just take a shot like an
An
adult?
emergency
Like,
water gun full of tequila in my purse?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm stating to you. I'm gonna holster one at all
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Well, mine's just wine.
I'm in.
It's different, and it stains somebody's shirt. It's wonderful. Also, I was going to be like, not all wine comes out good. I could probably buy barrels of like bad wine for cheap, right? I could get a barrel, open it up,
Yeah.
and that's like
Okay.
how
Now
you
listen,
get in there.
if you make it happen to where you can get a barrel of bad wine, then I will play Wine Fight
Thank
with
you.
you.
That's
Yeah.
all I ask.
But only in the circumstance.
I will need my doctor's permission to play in these games.
We're like,
Wine Fight,
why are
Where
you
White,
throwing wine at
trademark
each other?
Ben Rice,
I don't know, because it's
2013.
America. We can.
I do have some boxes of rosé.
Yeah.
Girl, boxes, plural. You have boxes.
It was
of
my
rosé
parting
in your
gift when I
home.
left Total Wine.
Yeah.
How long have they been there?
I had 6 cases
come on.
of Trader Joe's $2 Chuck ready to go.
Why?
What
And-
is happening with your guys' households?
I don't know, but
What?
my current
I won't do
household,
the last one in my
I was
house.
not allowed to bring them. I had to dispose of them before I moved.
What'd you do with them?
Oh,
Wine fight is what happened.
I
You're
wish
the
wine
one who
fight would
admits to it.
happen.
He's like, I did that 3 weeks ago, and I just don't want to
it
talk
was
about
worth it. And like I had like boating shoes and like
Oh my God.
high shorts, like little like 80s basketball shorts.
I just
ready
really
to go.
there is an amazing mental picture happening in my
Yeah.
mind, and I'm loving all of it.
And also, I tested it. If you wash them right away, it doesn't stain. So I was like, this is great. This is totally doable. As long as we all bring a change of clothes and there's like an industrial washer and dryer around.
Right, industrial. Well, also, I love that you didn't even get even more creative than named Wine Fight. Was just you were like, oh, it's a wine fight. So yeah, that's
Well, I mean, so that the underscore was wear white, so that way it stains, and that rhymes.
Wine
And-
Fight. Where white? Okay, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I love a good rhyme.
Right. So, I'm
So
like, I didn't need
I'll
to
give
work
you a
on it.
pass on that one.
It was like wine fight, and see, it already works.
Oh, you have a theme song?
No, I actually stole that from Bug
No.
Fights, which I don't know if you guys were around in the early 2000s. That was a
No.
website. Japanese
I
Bug
mean,
Fights.
I didn't watch it, so I didn't know the song part.
Bug
of it.
Fight.
I never
I was
watched
like
them.
early 2000s. I was sharing a household computer, and we had to make sure no one needed the phone to be on the internet.
Yeah.
And so no, I was not traipsing about wayward websites like Bug Fight.
Well, just Japanese Bug
Personally.
Fights. Just so you know, Murder Hornets. I was
apologies.
in on them early. They're terrifying. Murder Hornets they were undefeated.
But
It
did you
wasn't
notice
close.
though? We were like, murder hornets are a thing because 2020 was a goddamn year from hell. And then you realize like we never really saw them. Like nothing came about
Yeah,
the murder
nothing
hornets. Where
came.
did they go? Where did they go?
They're just hanging out, biding their time.
Well, don't fucking give me a sense of impending doom.
Mm-hmm.
About that. We're all going to get taken over. Like, I'm going to spin off again. Don't let me do it.
They're on the fucking way.
One time I was with my friend. I'm like, hey, real question. If we were the size of an animal, any animal, or they were our size, like pound for pound, inch for inch, we translate like a bee up to human size. Like if it gets to 6 feet
they would
or our
murder
weight,
the whole world.
like who's winning in a fight? It's never humans. Like it's never going to be human.
It's never human.
Okay, a bee at its current size will make me run.
That's true.
And I'm not even allergic.
Now make it 6 feet tall.
I don't even have an excuse.
Make it 5.
But
6.
yeah, you take any tiny critter or insect and you make it our fucking size and relative strength, they will beat humanity every time. It really is like the dominant force of the earth. Like, bro, we're just lucky.
Yeah.
That's all. Like, we just have luck.
Yeah.
Sheer luck that we
gained a consciousness.
bigger and have opposable thumbs and we have fucking awareness.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'd be
we can build. We have like the ability to like industrialize.
Right.
Like if bees figured out how to like industrialize on a mass scale, we'd be done. We'd be done. It would be.
Bro, look at fucking
everywhere.
ants. They do it.
Ants would ruin it.
And more effectively than we do.
Yeah.
Because they don't have greed and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If they were
Thank
like,
God ants aren't our size because we'd be.
if they were 10 times bigger, they would take over. That's,
100%. Bro, if they were the size of our dogs,
oh my God. Done
they'd
for.
rule the earth. Hands down.
Yeah. Do you not remember like Honey, I Shrunk the Kid? Is this not what first came to mind when you think of
Yeah,
giant
that's
ants?
exactly. I was like, well, in Honey and the Kid, their lack of ability to like.
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking
things-
about Ant-Man when he got smaller, and it was like, oh no, but these ants are like fun and shit. I was
Anthony?
like, Anthony, I know when he died. It's devastating.
Yeah. The only reason they win, they're like,
I
let's all
literally
work
felt about
together.
him like I do a dog. Like I was hiking very sad. I didn't quite cry like I do with a dog, but I was distraught that Anthony died. In an instant. There was no like moment to like, we knew it was coming. We're preparing ourselves, this swell of emotion. Nope, it's just like, boop, gone. I was like, I thought he was going to carry on in the franchise and he just killed him.
He's one of the Avengers.
Bro, he needs a uniform. We need an honorable funeral for Anthony because there will be no
Disney Plus
Ant-Man without Anthony. They're going to be seeking content soon. We need to pitch them.
Yeah. Well, there's
Anthony's saga.
Have you seen Spider-Man?
What? Shut your mouth. What is
It's
that?
a Spider-Man clone that's made entirely of spiders that form a human body shape.
Oh, ew, why? That's
That
disgusting.
sounds gross and creepy. Yeah, that sounds too
Yeah,
creepy.
it's not well reviewed. It's not well received.
It's not well reviewed.
Or well received. People do not care for it.
Yeah, that sounds very gross. Because the majority of the population are afraid of spiders, or at least disgusted by them.
Yeah.
So that sounds literally terrible.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Was that fan fiction that got made into something? Is
It
that
was one of those multiverse things where like, what kind of Spider-Mans can there be? How many ways can we make Spider-Man? And
Did like a man bite a spider?
It's a man made of spiders.
Did a man bite a spider?
I don't
That'd be
think
hilarious.
so.
reverse?
I'll have to. I don't know the back history. That would be great.
Like a
Well, yeah, that
radioactive
definitely
man
sounds like
bit a spider.
Spider-Man bites a spider back.
I mean, they've been radioactive, but it
The
did not
spider
bite a
bit
spider.
him and he said, "Fuck you,"
That's
and
it.
bit him back.
Yeah, that would be great. I would love that if that was the case, but I don't know if that's the case. I was like, because again, you run into, because they draw it like it's a bunch of spiders on top of each other that form a person, so it's gross.
Oh, it's like a rat king.
What you do is you do a little across the aisle, DC and Marvel, and you have Daredevil, and he gets blinded, and he has all these like kind of low key powers, and then while he's blind, he fucking bites a spider, and then
Boom.
creates a man of spiders. It just all is terrible. There's no way of making it good.
I also think Spider's man should be just a spider, but like have like 8 hands at the end of all of his legs, like human hands.
Hands at the end of his legs.
Like
Jesus
8
Christ.
legs, like
That's even creepier, dude.
That's the worst
That
thing I've
sounds
ever
fucking
heard.
Terrible. That literally sounds.
that's fine. I'll start writing my screenplay.
So it's got the 8 legs, and then on each leg is 8 hands. Is that what we're doing? It's like a set of
bro,
food, but
human
made
hand.
different.
Bro,
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
bro, I don't like it. I'm
I don't
uncomfortable.
like it.
Bro,
Gotta get it off me.
listen, if there's already a fucking hero, a version of Spider-Man made of spiders, she's probably not wrong. She probably would be successful in this endeavor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's somebody,
Because all of it's terrible.
that's all I know.
Yeah.
It's so I don't want any, we should probably
Just a spider with human hands.
Speaking of spiders with human hands, human hands sometimes put things in kettles and warm them up and then cool them down.
And then beer stuff.
Then there's beer.
Hands drink beer.
And sometimes those hands belong to women.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sometimes those hands belong
Where's
to
Spider's woman? That's the question we're trying to get to.
Also.
But how do you tell the difference between a female and a male spider?
I don't know. Truthfully.
There's egg sacs, right?
Do they always have an egg sac?
I don't know. I don't know anything about
I don't think you
spiders.
see them. I think they're imperceptible to us.
Is it a pink bow
until
on her?
it's
Is
too
that how
late.
you know?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
God.
exactly it. It's got 8 pink boots.
Oh,
You see a spider with pink boots on.
I think you just
that one
designed a
actually-
pink boots label.
Yeah, I'm very helpful.
Very
You did not sound confident in
No,
that.
I don't,
Oh, I'm pretty sure you had a question mark on the end of that.
yeah, I'm
sentence.
like, well, what would we name it? The Amazing Spider Woman? That doesn't sound right. How are you going to tie
That
that into
sounds
beer? So,
ridiculous.
We'll find a way.
hold on. First of all, Pink Boot Society, start making a cider. Amazing Cider Woman. Nailed it.
There it is.
Okay, honestly, you did hit
Yeah.
the nail on the head with that one.
Yeah.
And now cider isn't included in Pink Boots because we just opened it up to all fermented beverages, not just beer. So cider is included now. Now, boom, tied it all the way back
Got
around
it.
full circle.
Yeah, get
Very
at
well
us.
done, sir.
Henley, Two Rivers,
Just
Nitty.
Rivers, yeah.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm the
Amazing,
best
what
worst
is it?
host.
The amazing cider woman. Boom.
Yeah.
The best worst host.
This is how I
Exactly.
earned the name. It's like we got out of control, and then I reeled it back in for a
Really back
second.
into the very end. That's all that mattered.
Then I cast again. I'm like, shit. Well, I let it go. All right. It was fishing. Okay, who cares? All right, we've been here for a while. Any final thoughts on spiders or TV shows people should be watching, or Pink Boot Society, or beer in general? Anything?
All the things we've discussed this evening.
A completely different topic. Just one final topic for the road.
I mean, I think we covered all the important things.
Yeah, I know.
We have a pretty good beer scene out here. Pretty good,
Come
supportive
to Sacramento,
women in beer.
essentially.
Yeah, I think we had, is it 15? I'm too lazy to count right now. I'm going to just say 15 this year. I think we had 18 or 19 last year, but with COVID, obviously things are kind of this year. Whatever. I get it.
Yeah.
We can't ask people to donate when their businesses have been closed. I understand. But still, the fact that we have that many this year, and a lot of them are brand new or breweries that have done it multiple times, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love both of those. I love a brewery that just decides, hey, I want to try this. And we're like, well, we don't even know anyone that works there. How did they hear about us? Or, breweries that have done it multiple times, several years in a row.
Yeah.
Either they keep the same name, change the name. It's great that we have that support in this community.
Yeah, this is volume 4 of
100%.
Run the World
Yeah.
from Bike Dog, or New Glory.
New Glories,
Yeah,
yeah.
4th version.
100%.
All right, so go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope.
Please.
No, when we were talking about the 4th of New Glories, I was like, yeah, this is the 3rd for Blaker. I was like, what is it? The 3rd for Bike Dog as well. I know Crooked Laser videos
Flatland.
or it's 4th for Flatland. Yeah. So it's it's dope. There's just a lot of good beer coming out. And I like that everybody that can participate every year has. And last year obviously was a nightmare, but everybody still brewed their beers and it wasn't the same experience, with the shutdown, depending on if they're, cause, I know last year, Blaker's release party was on March 7th, the day before the 8th.
Okay.
And then we hit King Kong's the next day. And Flatlands had just came out and Chills and Mashes has just come out and stuff like that. You know, some were releasing later. And, but I'm everybody still participated through the pandemic and just bringing it back around this year is really, really cool. Just seeing a lot of that continuity despite everything we've all endured, in the last year, you know, it was awesome.
And I feel like I should mention Fort Rock also, women-owned and woman-brewed. So.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we've mentioned them yet, so I was like, I should probably bring it up.
I mean,
yes. No, totally fair. I love Fort Rock.
There's a lot we haven't mentioned.
Right. There's so many.
Yeah.
If it's a brewery,
we've got, so if we got to do the full list, King Kong, Fort Rock, River Rock, Crooked Lane, New Glory, Tilted Mash, Touchstone, Log Off, Oak Park, Device, Track 7, Blaker, Flatland, Last Call, Loomis Basin, Bike Dog, and I have Blaker on there twice. I'm really good at words.
I'm good at words, guys.
Loomis Basin, I think, is already out also. All right.
Yeah, the pink boots are made for hopping.
Yep. Which
yep.
I think I've pitched these boots are made for hopping every year.
I had that last year.
But yeah, they got me. I'm like, fine, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. I don't get glory. It's fine.
I never want it. I'm just like, here's an idea I have. Somebody do it. And
I will say I'm proud to, and then I did vote on the Queen of the Jungle last year. Cause they were like deciding they're oscillating between two ideas. And, I voted for Queen of the Jungle. And then, so I know it was not because of me. However, I loved being a part of the process.
Yeah. And it wasn't not enjoyable. Because of you.
And Queen of the Jungle is an amazing name, so I'm really glad they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
For King Kong, by the way, specifically.
Yep. So, before we go, where can people learn more about the Pink Boot Society if they wanted to?
You can find us on social media, Instagram and Facebook. There's going to be a national page, which has the overall information. You'll see everything about all the breweries participating across the country. But we also have our local page. So if you search Pink Boots Sacramento on either social media channel, you'll be able to find it. We will keep you up to date on upcoming releases, any events. Hopefully, as COVID dies down and people get more vaccinated, we'll have some in-person fundraisers. Keep an eye out for that.
Also, if you are a woman in the fermented beverage industry, definitely reach out because we love bringing on all the members. We love educating all kinds of women that are in this industry about like what we do and what we have to offer. And it's just really dope to connect. Like I said earlier, like it's really dope to connect with other women in our industry. So if you are in this industry, definitely check us out and hit us up because we would love to discuss that with you.
And since we're here, in 1 month, it's the debut of the Women's International Beer Summit, April 24th and 25th, a spinoff from the Queen of Beer. Because they couldn't do one, they're like, what else can we do? And so it's pretty cool. It's a stacked lineup of speakers, 2 days, digital event. So find out more about that. Women's International Beer Summit, April 24th, 25th.
Woo-woo.
Where can people find out more about you and what you're up to on the internet? We'll start with you, Paulina.
You know, just on your local news channels, and all of your dreams. Also on Instagram, at Ola Paulina. Usually I'm just drinking beer or doing something stupid. So there's where I'm at.
Do you have like a Vine pair or whatever article?
Oh, I was quoted in an article about Untapped. Thanks for mentioning.
Yeah. Here to help.
Yeah. Hair flip.
Actually,
they can't hear it.
Record.
Yeah, exactly.
For those listeners at home, it happened.
That it happened. Yeah, it happened. We saw it.
And Bia Hoskins, where can people find out more about you? What's going on?
The biggest way to actually like reach out to me or like check out what's going on is at BiaBoss21. So BIABOSS21. That's my Instagram handle. And I think my Snapchat name, honestly. And then, just Bia Hoskins on Facebook. I don't post as much as I'd like, but I do post on my Instagram story the most about like the local beer scene, about what Drake's is doing specifically. I repost Blaker a lot too. Instagram would kind of be the best way to see what's going on, not only just with me, but also what's going on in the area.
Dope. And for Barley Me, you can follow Barley Me across social media at Barley Me Pod. Don't forget to check out my basketball and beer podcast, Please Dunk Responsibly, and the podcast's going to record next, which is...
I'm going to follow that right now.
Becky Lynn and Tavi giving advice. They're comedians. They just take listener questions and they answer them, and then they talk about Bachelor. It's called It's Crazier in My Business. It's very fun. The easiest thing I do. All I do is hit record, and I'm like, oh, they burped. Cut that. And that's... great. And of course, there's Barley Me Presents Leonard Malting with Paulina Olivares is one of my co-hosts, where we talk about beer-centric movies. If you have an idea, go ahead and let us know, and we will watch it and tell you our thoughts, scatterbrained as they may be.
Make it something good.
Yeah, please, for the love of God, give us a good movie. It's been so long. I think we're one for
so
7.
long.
1, 2 for
It's
7?
It's been rough.
It's been a rough.
Dazed and Confused. We didn't hate.
Dazed and
We
Confused is
like.
great. That's true. 2 for 7.
Yeah.
But even the 2 was like, World's End is long, but it's good.
And the documentary.
Oh yeah, the documentary.
But we didn't review it. We did an interview.
We interviewed the director. Yeah, and just a fun spoiler for everybody here. I've got a trip planned. I'm gonna be interviewing the love interest of that documentary this weekend. I'm going to Denver and Fort Collins
This weekend? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I've
That's
booked
legit.
7 episodes in 2 days.
Oof.
I'm out of control. It's going to be nuts. You're going to get
Good luck.
small time
Yeah, good
Fort
luck.
Collins and Denver places. You're going to get big Fort Collins and Denver places. But yeah.
I personally love Fort Collins, though. It's really dope over there, and they got some good beer.
Yeah. I'm going to find out.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to, Peter. It's Peter Bokert. Of Purpose Brewing. So, and Julia Hertz, the producer and former leader of the Brewers Association.
Mhm.
Dope.
So,
One
yeah,
episode.
that's hella
Crushing
cool.
it.
That's
10
hella
a.m.
cool.
on a
Yeah.
Saturday.
She might also
Definitely
be a
gonna.
Pink
I'm
member.
definitely gonna listen to that.
She might also be a Pink Boots member, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
And she's
She's
got
one
her
of us.
new program, Gray for Good, reminding women it's okay to age and you don't need to dye your hair, which is true.
Yes.
So a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be nuts. I'm going to be so exhausted. I
know you're gonna come back still just as exhausted.
I'm going to have so many guests. We're going to get nuts. It's like I've got a roster and it's getting crazy. So that's pretty exciting. Awesome. I'm going to hopefully not die during it. That's
hydrate, get some sleep.
Yeah.
He's like, well,
I've done 5 episodes in a day before, so I can do 4 and 3. That's fine. That's
definitely
nothing.
100%. Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's been episode 142 of Barley and Me, celebrating the Pink Boot Society beer releases for 2021. Bia Hoskins from Drake's The Barn, thank you so much.
Woo-hoo.
And
Yes,
Paulina
sir.
Olivares, chapter leader for the Sacramento Pink Boot Society, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved it. Thanks so much for listening. Stay home safe.